Moche. Kolo mongo moyoke yoke.
Good evening, dear viewers. If you can now pick the audio signal, kindly give me a thumbs up. Now, welcome to this match, which will be the very last of the day. Thank you for giving me audience. Thank you for keeping around. Thank you for ensuring that these players have the publicity that they need. Not expected whatsoever in the tournament that had, well, Ian, it had Computer, it had Ibra Kayanja, it had Dog City, it had, yes, Caesar. But then the two players that are in the final, and very deservedly so, are Peter Menja donning white and Lawrence Senngonge donning the light yellow. The two players are racing to 6 for what will be the first victory for either of them if they win the match, having won the tournament in this year. Peter Menja is trying to play his equalizing frame against Lawrence Senngonge now, trying to put black to the corner pocket bottom left, where Lawrence as well potted his own black in frame number 1. Frame man number 2 goes the way of Peter. 1-1 in the final and racing to 6. Now, how about this for a camera angle? I'm also watching on another gadget. I am loving what I'm watching. This camera angle for most of the venues, I don't get a chance to place a camera as I have done because of availability of space for other tables, other players and the fans. But for the fact that now only one table has got a match, I could place the camera where I wanted, and now this is the kind of angle we're having. I'm liking it very much because we are having a rectangular, sorry, is it rectangle? Yes, rectangular view of the table. Frame number 3 is broken by Lawrence, getting to put 1 red, actually 2 reds, leaving an open table. But I will be certain that Lawrence will be trying to go for the reds. The little bit of a problem is that none of them, all 5 on the table, is portable with ease. Top notch full, thank you for watching. Asking if Hazard participated, and the answer is no. Aaron Mwanje, you think this one will be won by Peter? 1-1, ladies and gentlemen. We can also have a little bit of predictions in the comment section, guys. Tarima Derek, thank you for watching from Hoima. Tarima, you feared to play with Kelvin even though he was head starting with you +6, racing to 16. So Kapali, keep quiet. Well, thank you for watching, my little bro. Tarima Derek and loving Poland, always playing. Although you are a coward, you even feared to play with Ibra even though he was giving you no black. Even Hazard. great man Chimondi, thank you for watching. Nash Shafi, thank you, good morning. You are watching from Lira at the Hive, okay? I know that place. Cross country, Kansanga, thank you for watching. Lawrence Senngonge, Peter Mainja, two guys that played distinctly different styles on the table. I don't know who of the two has been more successful than the other. Maybe I will say Lawrence. Does play with a team way bigger than Peters. He does play with Scrapwires Polo Club, one of the giant teams in the Ugandan Pool League. They finished third. He has management. He was actually the second player to be signed under the ATA, the Advanced Talent Agency, and they are watching. I know his manager, Stephen Senngonge, but no, Stephen doesn't watch matches at this time. He will be watching in the morning, and he will be telling me that don't mention me on the live stream. He will not be happy with that kind of shooting. Lawrence did tell me that his management team is planning for him to have some money matches, and I believe that his performances today have inspired his managers to organize some money matches with him. Sorry, for him. And the likes of Peter Mainja will be coming in handy. He has played so many money matches, Lawrence, in the recent past, but not maybe in the last 200 days or so. But I have streamed about 8 money matches involving him. Most of them did not exactly end up with victory, but he has a victory, I do remember importantly, against Caleb Mahiri. A rematch it was. And so many players want to take him on. When we went to Kenya for the Timbuktu International Carnival, most of the Kenyans, most of the Tanzanians, they were telling me, I want to play with Dangote. Dangote, by the way, is a nickname of his. He idolizes the Nigerian rich man called Dangote, one of the richest persons on the African continent. Peter will become rich if he wins this game. Maybe not rich in the literal meaning of rich. He will get money. It has been 32 players. It is down to these two. Peter Mainja has only won 2 comps of this level, and the meaning open ones where all players are participating, including the national team players, and shooting that good, also inspiring support from the crowd. I love it for the fact that about 200 or so people are watching this action at the venue. They refuse to go home. They want to see for themselves in person who will be winning this one. It could be Peter, given how he's shooting, how he's controlling the cue ball, how he's now aiming for the black. Frame number 3 is just about to become the best finished frame in the final so far. Peter will want to put it to the corner pocket top left. Of course, from this kind of range, he will never miss. Black is sunk, white is safe. Peter 2, Lawrence 1.
Look here.
There comes a chance for Peter, who many will be thinking will be starting this final as a favorite. Sorry guys, there had to be some attention to some visitors. A long-time friend is called Robert Kayanja, former tournament director of the Polaris Station of Uganda. I hear he's aspiring to become chairman of the association, and at this time, for those who are watching live, he has come to grace this competition. That is a sign of love. Another love story that is on the table is between Lawrence and a chance to be called weekly comp champion for what will be the first time in maybe the space of a year. The last time out that he won a comp this big, a 32 comp it was. On the day it was a single elimination competition. This one has been double life. In that one, I remember him defeating Dog City in the quarterfinals, Caesar in the semifinals, and Peter Mainja in the final. The last time that Lawrence ever won a comp like this one, maybe history could repeat itself, because Lawrence is leading by 3 frames to 2. As for Peter, last time out that he won a comp like this one was even more time than Lawrence's, because it was a weekly comp that was organized at Amigos in Kansanga Trading Center, also in Kampala. I remember a quarter-final where Ibra Sejemba defeated Caesar Chandiga, then a semi-final where Joseph Kasozi defeated Ibra. Then Joseph Kasozi went into the final as an overwhelming favorite against Peter Mainja, racing to 7. Peter won the final by 7 frames to 6. Everybody was shocked. That was his second weekly comp one of all the open ones. It is the last year's one up to present day. Today provides a chance. They are not, even when you look at their faces, these guys, they are not playing for the money. They just want to be called winner. They want to pose for the picture, which will be making round on social media tonight and tomorrow as the winner. But first, for Peter, he has to win 4 more frames before Lawrence can win 3 out of the remaining 6. This one could be one of them. And what a comeback it was for Peter Mainja versus the computer in the semi-final. Maybe not a comeback. The comeback actually was for computer because he was down by 4 frames to 1. Then Peter was just about to win a 5th frame, which was the all-important frame for him to make the final. Then he potted black and white relatively carelessly. And then Computer was able to finish the frame, and then finished another, then another, taking it to the wire, which Peter won. And what a wide celebration he did have before coming into the final. He now has chance of making that victory against Computer count by following it up with yet another victory in the final. Only 3 yellows. Is Peter Mayenja the guy that eliminated Caesar in the second round, and not just eliminating him, but by 5 frames to 1. One of those very few times that you see Caesar outplayed and outthought and well beaten. Peter, white bouncing off to cushions. How good will the cue ball be positioned? I think good enough. The yellow, which is bottomwards of the two, is portable to the corner pocket bottom left. With stop effect on the cue ball, the shot is on target, and we'll want to put the last yellow to the center pocket, which is topwards of the 2 center pockets. The cue ball maybe have to be played in left motion because he may want to put black to the corresponding corner pocket at the bottom right. Should be his pattern of victory, and makes it even more beautiful when he intentionally plays the cue ball until Lawrence is ready to stop its movement. But for all that to count, he must spot the black as well. If he doesn't, Lawrence will have chance of finishing them for reds and perhaps the black. He may have to hit it with a little bit of power. We are playing on a United King pool table, originally made in South Africa, the same exact tables on which the Ultimate Pool Championships this month will be played. Black is missed by Peter. Chance for Lawrence to extend his lead further. If Lawrence is able to win this frame, I think he will be a bigger favorite now than Peter to win this final, because he will be needing to win 2 out of the remaining 4. Jeff Koech, thank you for watching. From Kenya, Elvis Magomo, supporting Lawrence. Must be on target. On target he is. The cue ball even better. The frame must be as good as gone. By the way, in a very long while, I am seeing Lawrence play this good. He's a decent player. Reached very surprisingly the semi-finals of the Nile Special National Open Pool Championship, Uganda's car comp in 2023. Defeated the likes of Computer to reach the final, and Kenneth Adong, amongst others, losing out to the eventual first runner-up Hazard in the semi-final. Later in the year, he surprised us even more when he now went one better, reaching the final of the end-of-year comp of the Pool Association of Uganda, losing out bigly in the final by 9 frames to 1 to Bwanika Mansur. But performances within those 2 comps did get him enough ranking points for the Pool Association of Uganda for Lawrence to be ranked 5th in the year that was 2024. But for this year, he has fallen way below the ranking order, and will be using this revamp of form to try and claim what does belong to him. He's one of the most, I'll use the word, disrespected players. He has very little respect from other players. They think he is not as big as his name, but in the final it suggests otherwise, because he now leads by 4 frames to 2, racing to 6, needing to win 2, while Peter will need to win 4 out of the remaining 5. Professor Bonaparte, thank you for watching. You say you've been at the venue. Yes, welcome back. Nicholas from Barara, thank you for watching. Greatman Chimondi, always watching. Javan Ogweno, watching from Kenya, thank you for watching. And watching Lawrence Senngonge. I want someone to pronounce the name, most especially if you're not Ugandan. If it was possible to to share audio clips in the comment section, it would be a challenge for someone to say Senngonge, especially someone like Jeff Kowich. Senngonge has just perfected a rail drive. He's not happy with the cue ball. It is okay, Lawrence. You still got this. Maybe his body size will be disturbing him. The realistically portable yellow is the one close to the cue ball. If he goes for another, it will be a little bit too risky. Simply has to pot, but in the same shot, avoid himself getting snookered. That will be the problem of the yellow ball close to the cue ball if he played it now. That's why I think he's deciding to change mindset. I'm not so certain it is the right kind of decision making, but he seems to be vindicated now that yes, he has potted. He has managed the cue ball relatively well, but not well enough because it is so close to Peter's red, to the effect that yes, Lawrence can pot the yellow close to cue ball, but where would he stand? Where would he stance? Where would he stroke? Just imagine he needs his body at the top right end of the table. Now he has chosen to change his bridge. He's laughing at himself, laughing at the amount of difficulty with which he has to execute this one big shot pot. Yellow at the corner pocket bottom left. Move the cue ball to the top right end of the table. He has only potted, allowing himself only sight of the yellow. He's deciding that the risk of moving the cue ball towards the right end of the table is not worth it. Cutting the last yellow will not be any kind of ease. And yes, Lawrence misses it. May get lucky. He may get lucky. Lucky he is. He does have sight of the black, at least some sight. The fans of Peter Mainja, who are dominant at the venue, of course, this is the area where Peter stays. He's the more supported player. They don't believe they are misfortune. Lawrence will not mind. He will want to put black to the corner pocket on the right and misses. And Peter comes to inspect the table, as if communicating to Lawrence that, yes, sir, it is my turn. When he plays the red, that is at the top right end of the table, the cue ball is played into the would-be dead red on the table, the one that is near the center pocket at the top. If he perfects like that, he's in business, and very good business. It should be a frame finished. It should be a frame just about to be won by Peter. The aim is to finish the frame. The goal is to win the comp. Here he is, with now two reds on the table. Potting one with the top spin. Cue ball has to follow the red. He will want to pot the second red at the corresponding corner pocket now, top right. Just like that. Maybe the cue ball has moved a little bit too much, because if he simply rolls, white is not natural if he were to pot black to the center pocket. That's why he may have to play with a little bit more power, because black will now have to be potted instead to the corner pocket bottom right of the screen. He has very good ability to shoot a ball on target. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Is for Peter, and another frame reclaimed. Lawrence 4 and Peter 2. Peter will have a little bit of difficulty, but I think he will be okay because the red ball closer to the cue ball has to be played a little bit sharp, but may want to put both reds to the same center pocket. I think. How good will the cue ball be? Seems he'll get himself snookered. I think it is now a self-snooker by Peter. The fans, who are largely his fans, are not happy. He not only has to find the red, he also has to put it maybe as sight of the red. He'll want to play the little that he can see. In the end, it is a miss. Not only is it a miss, it is a foul. For Lawrence, this is an opportunity. He came a little bit close to losing this ongoing frame. It was close to the score being 4-4. Now it is closer to being 5-3 than 4-4. Lawrence Senngonge is a guy that I saw for the first time as a very close friend and fan of the player Ibra Sejemba. And some people, especially during COVID, thought that they were brothers. He doesn't want me to say this, but I will say it again, that when Ibra was playing in tournaments during COVID and many matches, for me to confirm that Ibra had reached the venue, I did not need to see him. As long as I saw Lawrence around, I knew that Ibra was always around. And I loved his humility, Lawrence, that one I have to say. Because of being friend and fan, he was so keen on Ibra being a star. He was humble enough to be his cue case holder. Until time came when he decided, as a player himself, to get out of Ibra's shadow and play the game and win himself. Now here he is trying to win a tournament in which Ibra has not been a participant. Playing snooker. Peter playing off cushion finds the red. Actually, if you had played it with the more power, it was going in. Lawrence will clearly be wanting to play another snooker. Maybe the yellow ball close to the cue ball. If white ball passes off it, he can play the white ball towards the top left end of the table, just around the area where there is black. It would still be a snooker, as though he playing like he wants to put. That is so risky. He wants to put. If he gets it in, he is okay. If he doesn't, he probably loses the frame. If he loses the frame, we could probably be seeing a decider. In the end, he plays a very technical snooker. Akena Josh, thank you for watching. You think Peter will win this one and make it 4-4? Kasimbo Kenya, also thank you for watching as Peter finds red off the cushion. He's a very stubborn guy. Demonstrating to Lawrence that he is resisting any fouls. And this time another safety from Lawrence. Peter may want to find the red off the bottom cushion. It is easier off the top cushion, but less chance of him giving himself a chance to open up the red. In the end of the day, he misses the red, and maybe a chance for Lawrence to take the frame down once and for all. Talema Derek, good night to you. Thank you for the audience. Lee Matt, thank you for watching. You seem to be supporting Dangote, as Lawrence is called here by nickname, by AKA. Tomorrow will be a Friday, no action. Saturday, no action. There is action on Sunday, a 16-man comp that will be happening at Kamba Sports Arena. Cash prizes for the top 4, race to 7 in the first round, and double life in that competition. But now Lawrence and Peter are having single life Lawrence is playing as though his life depends on this final. At this level, I always say that the rest will always be a formality. Lawrence 5, Peter 3, rest to 6. Now the scratch that has just been committed by Peter is the foul that perhaps Lawrence needs to seal what will be his first weekly comp in the space of the last maybe 13, 14, 15 months. I don't remember which month exactly it is, but he last won a comp sometime last year at the Kamocha Center. He's on the verge of equaling that feat on 4 Reds now. Lawrence trying to make himself happy, win some money, make his management team, the ATA, happy, make his team scrap buyers happy, and of course make Peter's fans, who are numerous at the venue, sad, wanting to put now first the 2 Reds left on the table, which are at the left end of the table, one to the center pocket on the left, the other to the center pocket on the right. White is okay. A roll of the red near the center pocket gives him a natural white for the last red, portable to the corner pocket top right. Just like that, he may now have to play top spin, cue ball bouncing off the right cushion. It's the skill he has to play. Looks as though he wants to contemplate a backspin. When white ball is drawn backwards, naturally it moves rightwards. If it can bounce off the bottom cushion, he would still be okay. But now contemplates bouncing the cue ball off the right cushion, and now into perfect space where he can roll the black to the corner pocket top left for him to win his first weekly comp in more than 1 year. Lawrence Senngonge, nicknamed Dangote, former finalist in a comp of the Polar Station of Uganda, former semi-finalist in the National Open Championship 2023, misses the black. If he loses this match, he will remember that moment, and it will probably give him tears in his bed when he goes to sleep. If he loses this match, he came so close, but close may have been not close enough. Peter could steal the frame away if he can cut the black sharp right against the rail to the corner pocket bottom left. This is the shot. He aims and focuses again and shoots and puts. Peter 4, Lawrence 5. I do thank you for watching. I don't know what exactly you are asking. You are saying I correct you. Great man Chimboni, you are asking why Lawrence is nicknamed Dangote. He nicknamed himself Dangote. He does have inspiration from the Nigerian rich guy called Dangote. Edu, you're asking which pool arena does belong to Dog City, if it is Pool City or no. Dog City's arena is called the City's Pool Arena. This venue where we are is called Pool City Arena. Dog City's arena is where we were. The tournament that was won last Sunday by Caesar, not here where we are. Akena Joshua. Yes, Lawrence is now tactical against Peter. He has always been a tactical player, Lawrence. Big Andy. You said that Ian, because we were supposed to take this one home, eh? Yes, everybody, there were 32 players, but we have now just 2 left on the money. Now, if Peter wins this frame, then we shall have a decider. If Lawrence wins it, that will be it for the competition. The most likely thing now to happen is Lawrence winning this ongoing frame with his ongoing visit of the table for him to win the comp, for him to win the final, for him to cause heartbreak here at Pool City Arena. Looks as though he will be playing the yellow, which is in space first to the corner pocket bottom right, drawing the cue ball just a little bit backwards, and then putting the last yellow by rail drive to the corresponding corner pocket now top right, black to the center pocket bottom of the screen for him to win the comp. This one should be Lawrence's last dance into the money. He's playing backspin, he's playing with power. I'm not so certain it is right, but he's vindicated because he sinks in the yellow. The silence at the venue is sponsored by Lawrence, wanting to put black to the corner pocket bottom of the screen to bring back memories of the one comp that he won last year when he defeated Peter Manja in the final. Today, Lawrence defeats the same exact player, but a very different venue to win the competition. And after all of these hours and 32 players and lots of brilliant shots and misses and drama and everything that comes in between matches, today's weekly comp winner is none other than Lawrence Senngonge after defeating Peter Manja in the final by 6 frames to 4. I wish you a very good rest of the evening. May the Almighty God bless you.